Namaste everyone. I, Kalyani Pantangi, am here today with another new session. Yes, this session is again to do with pandemic effects on professional relationship and mental wellness related to that. Before we could go into the topic, may I request the production team to play the video?
Mental health is how you feel, how you think, how you behave. It's part of life and it's not a stigma anymore. Hello everyone, I am Rucha Mehta, founder of a beautiful initiative, Ear to Hear. We started 5 months back, which was on 1st of Jan, and we have representatives from lot of cities and states. I would like to request you to join us to make a difference in your city, in your state. We would like to welcome all the women to come forward and support us because together we can and we will make a difference.
Thank you, team. May I request the team to play the slides? Thank you, Richa. So great. Today we are talking about pandemic effects. Now, why did I choose the pandemic effects? We were talking about relationship and why did you come to pandemic effects? Currently, with the way situation is going on, there are a lot of rumors about wave 3, but there are a lot of rumors even about the Delta variant. So I'm here to talk that the effects that can cause because of the rumors, because of whatever is happening around this phase. I'm here to talk how we can say no to negativity. Where are the places the negativity that's coming? How we can kick that out and how we can take this forward. Having said that, Year to Hear is a beautiful and an awesome initiative started by Ms. Richa Mehta on 1st of January 2021. Moving on, our vision is to go ahead and be present in all states, just not all states. We want to be in all the union territories, all the big cities, small cities, wherever possible in India. We want to be there present so that anybody and everybody who has an issue, they can reach out. And when we say we are here in every state and every union territory and all the cities, our mission is to go about helping women to go about saying what they feel in their heart. We are all ears for them. We want to hear. Many a times we will, because we are not able to say what we feel to somebody, we boil out, we burn out, and that actually carries forward and our health is affected. We are here to hear. We want to be present in all the states and union territories and cities, not only confining to that. We want to go beyond all this and be there in any and every country possible. This is not just for women in India, but it is for women across the world. Moving on, in case you are a professional and you come across this kind of pandemic related mental wellness or mental illness issues, how do you handle? What exactly we are going to do today? What are we going to talk about? I'll go back a little bit because by now we've had the pandemic for 18 plus months now. And in this 18 months, there have been researches conducted by bigger organizations and bigger consultants who have come back and said these are the pain areas. And we will just throw a highlight over there, understand where the pain points are, go a little more detail in that pain points, and tell you how we can go about stopping that now, that effect of that pain points now. Am I there with you? Moving on. So, talking about what exactly happened in this 18 months. In this 18 months, there has been a clear observation that work and private life got merged. Many a cases, people complained that their work worsened. At least 31% of the women said their work worsened. 45% said no, we were able to manage homework and office work better because we are working from home. Work life improved. 72% said yes, but 10% said no. Private life worsened. 40% people said yes, it has worsened. And 30% said no, it is absolutely fine. And private life actually got improved. There are people who felt both, but the percentage varied. And this survey was not done just in one country, it was done in all the continents, and several thousand people were interviewed to get this data. Now, talking about what exactly happened, 60 to 82% of the women, they actually who surveyed, they felt this has been a negative impact on us. 70% of the women felt this is actually concerned about just not their life, but their career growth has got affected because of the pandemic. Working hours got hampered. There are women who went ahead and said, our leisure time has increased. And there are women who said, no, we have no leisure time at all. There are women who said, our work time has drastically increased. And some women said, no, it's not changed. We are happy with it. Some women who felt that it was a mixed kind of a reaction worldwide. Moving on. Some of the changes that most of them complained or went ahead and said were personal changes and having negative feelings. That was the biggest impact that people had. People started feeling the fear, sadness, anxiety, losing control. They were like, what is happening? Baffled altogether. Some started feeling really numb because they're alone. Some of them were alone. Their family is in different country. They are in different country. They started feeling frustrated. I mean, it was a mixed kind of a feeling, but mostly towards a negative side. And because of these feelings, they are not able to express it with people. The anxiety increased, the helplessness increased. Imagine if you are staying in a different country and your parents are staying in India, and there is a situation that neighborhoods people are having COVID, you feel absolutely helpless. You want to help your parents, but you don't know how to help. It's not that you don't have contacts. You might have relatives, you might have friends, you might have contacts, but the situation was like all of us felt helpless. We felt really helpless. There was hopeless situation. Parents who were like away from the kids, they really thought they are not going to see their kids. It came to that situation. Many went into depression. They developed all kinds of issues related to depressions. And some of them, because of these health related changes, this anxiety and related disorders, certain issues what they have actually conquered in their life that came back. Like some of them, they were able to control their diabetes with regular workouts, with absolute diet and stuff. Diabetes came back. Some of them were able to control their cholesterol. Cholesterol came back. Some of them were able to manage their blood pressure. That came back. There were a lot of other ailments which came under control, especially in women. Most of them, at least 70 to 80% women came back and said there was a very crazy imbalance in their periodic cycles because of stress. Many people, they went ahead and had their checkup, and most of the time they came back with a report that they started developing that, what is it called, as PCOD syndrome. There were a lot of hormonal imbalances that they encountered. More than men, women go through hormonal imbalance to a very crazy extent. And all these were the hidden causes for stress. All these were problems because of change in appetite, change in energy levels because of stress, change in desire. Many lost interest to work, interest to work out, interest to do something. They lost it. Women itself, I'm saying, I'm not talking about men. We are completely focusing on women. And they found it very difficult to concentrate, take decisions, make decisions, because too much of pressure on them. One side work, one side family, one side loved ones in different place, one side some pressure or the other, unable to focus on their health. Everything at one shot. It was like literally, I don't know what to say. It was really a horrible phase that most of the women went through. Many could not sleep, their sleep patterns changed, they started having nightmares, because obviously anxiety will cause all these issues. Your loved ones are in different place or your loved ones are with you, you're more anxious. It's spreading so much. What will I do if it happens to them? Do I have domestic help? Yes, we do have help around in normal cases, but when COVID cases comes, it was very severe then that nobody would even come to our neighboring vicinity. They would get scared that they will have that issue. Whom will we seek help? What will we do? How will we handle? Anxiety was crazy. And because of this anxiety, women used to become abusive. They used to get angry with the kids or their age old parents. Come on, even women are human beings, right? It's not that we are made that we can become punching bags and we can going on taking whatever is happening. Even we get burned out, we get things. Over here, this is becoming real a helpless situation, a hopeless situation. And we've gone through that. And as a result of all these things, some women who never had migraine developed migraine, frequent headaches, frequent vomitings, body aches because no proper workout regimes, periodic cycle imbalance, lot of issues related to that, and worsening of chronic health problems. Some people who were going ahead and having issues because of whatever stress they had overcome, those problems relapsed. And many got into the habit of smoking again. They would have quit in the past, but they got back to the habit of smoking. They got back to the habit of alcohol consumption or increase the alcohol consumption. And certain other people went into different other addictions, which they are struggling even to this day. Now, these are all results of one thing called as anxiety, which led to stress, which led to the related problems. What caused this? What was the reason for this? It's because we were feeling helpless and hopeless considering the situation. We were going on getting updates. Some were really correct updates, but they were on the negative side. We didn't know how to handle it, how things are going. It was really a worst case scenario. And when the researches were done by different consultants globally and the research reports came, this is what UN decided. Moving on. This year's Women's International Day, UN went ahead and declared, let's go about calling this International Women's Day or dedicating it with the theme that women in leadership achieving an equal future in COVID-19 world. Why this was needed? Now let's go back to a little bit of history before we come back to the COVID life. Okay? In the past, we women, we have always faced, right from our childhood, right from our birth. If you ask our grandmothers, if we ask our mothers and our generation, we have always faced this issue of disparity in our life. What is this disparity? By default, we are being told that we cannot do something. By default, we've been judged that women, you're not fit for this. Being a HR, being a management professional, I have seen this. If a woman is hired for a managerial role, her salary will be 20 to 30% less than the man for the same role. The responsibilities are clearly defined based on the gender. I have seen that in many companies. And I have even seen this. There are certain things, responsibilities not given to women because they are women. I have seen it. The so called developed countries only do that. I don't want to mention the name of the countries, but I have seen that. And not only that, there is so much of chauvinism in certain industries. Male chauvinism is so high. My topic is not about male chauvinism, how injustice is done for women. My topic is these things actually pile up in women, especially people like me and all. I cannot tolerate if somebody says you cannot do it because you're a woman. I just cannot tolerate. That's when I pull up million times more energy than that I have, and I will do it much better than what they say, and I will show it to them. And I make it a point to underline and say, being a woman, I have done it. I have fought this battle. I still fight this battle. I still fight this battle. I'm doing so many projects for which I need to interact with men who are in key roles to this day. There are some men who are really very sweet. They come forward, they help me, they handhold me, they support me like real angels. Thank all of them for that, all those men. But there are some men who are really male chauvinist even to this day. Just to give me one appointment, they make me run around like a puppy dog behind them. And they are in key positions. They are in key positions. It's not that they are like some ordinary people. Some senior top positions in the companies or in some good associations. They make me run around like a puppy dog just to say a yes. I'm asking only one time for whatever survey I have to do or for whatever discussion I have to do. Just imagine how many women have gone through. How much women have gone through during this phase, and leave alone that these are some of the stories that I have heard during my survey. I have done several surveys during the pandemic last year, and these were something that I experienced. I would ask women who are in HR field, I would ask them, you would go about for the data. They would say, Kalyani, I'll be very frank with you. At office, they would give us without any problem. If we go back and say we need this data, now they make us literally slog to get a yes, I will give it at this time. How much do we understand the opposite person? How much do we go about adjusting? Our work is getting delayed because of they not cooperating with us. And every place where the delay has happened, a man is there. And that has affected the mental health to what extent? To what extent? They are not able to deliver their work in time. They are not able to go about complete their task at that time. They are answerable to their bosses. Their bosses are answerable to their bosses. It's because of one person's arrogance or handful of people's male chauvinism. How much they have gone through about this. Recently, I was sitting with the UN for one of the activities, a committee of people, and we were talking about this gender inequality, how it is being done. And I was really zapped and shocked. The so called developed countries across the world, women came up and they said, we are back 40 years ago where we were. I'm like, what? Yes, This pandemic has caused this. Why? Men stopped cooperating with us. We were hand in hand with them. We were going ahead equal to them. Today, I don't know what made them think they again treat us like we are left behind. It is written, women are made to be equal to men, not to lead them, not to fall behind them. We are equal with men. And because we are equal, we are together only we can achieve what we have to achieve. Where did this ego come from? Where did this attitude issue come from? This wasn't there 1 year ago before the pandemic. There are people, women in leadership position asking this. My peer I used to work with, he never had these issues before we were in the office. Today, I'm asking him for something. He throws his attitude at me as though I am something really very inferior to him. Now, do I develop that inferiority complex because we are not seeing each other face to face? I mean, these are the questions. Just imagine when they are telling out with so much of passion, so much of pain, you can imagine what they are going through. It just not at the work front, even at home. Even at home, I came across so many women who came forward and said, we were felt like we were treated like we feel we are nothing. They started working from home, my husband or my son, they started working from home. They started looking, we are giving them everything at their workplace. They would treat us as though we know nothing. If we wouldn't have supported them, how they would grow up to that career level. I'm not saying all men are like that. I'm not at all touching about all men. I'm touching about the 30 to 40% of men who are doing this. I face this issue as a school kid. I face this issue as a college girl. I face this issue at the workplace, right from the executive level till I quit the corporate life. I'm facing this issue as a consultant today. I'm facing this issue as a volunteer today. If I, as an individual, am facing this, just imagine collectively how many women are facing this kind of issue. And it definitely puts us down. It definitely puts us down. What are the things that happens because of this? Because of this inequality coming, it could be small inequalities, it could be larger inequalities at work, at home. We start feeling inferior. That inferiority complex develops. We start shying from people. We stop doing the great work that we have done and we start shying away from our work. We lose our morale. We lose our self-confidence. We get to feel that we are left out in the society. We get to feel that we have no knowledge about technology. Hey, come on. We are the women who went ahead and did so many things just 2 years ago. Just because of this pandemic, why should we call ourselves inferior? My question is that they are not cooperating, it's their funeral. Let's do our great work. Let their behavior, their actions not affect us. I'm saying it with conviction because I'm going through this almost every day in my life. I'm going through this. I'm not leaving at that. One thing, initially, when this happened to me almost 2 months ago, when somebody did this to me just for an appointment, just for talking over a phone for 2 minutes, that person did it to me, being the president of one of the organizations in India. I said no. I did feel bad for 2 days. And then I said, why should I feel bad because of that fellow's attitude? He said, no, right? I'm not going to become a puppy dog. Instead, I'm going to become a pain in the wrong face. Until he gives me the appointment, I'm going to contact him. I'm going to contact him publicly. Let me see how he will not go about answering me. He had no option, but he had to give me the appointment eventually. And I did tell him, after 1.5 months of trying, when I spoke to him, I did tell him, it was your attitude that made me become so perseverance, that increased the perseverance in me, that I have to follow up with you diligently. And I needed this because I want to showcase you as a great person. I did that. I come across that even to this day, not because of my going ahead and telling something. It's because of their attitude. They show that women are low. Women, you don't require this. You are not fit for this. You don't have to talk about this. You know nothing about this. That's when I pull up my energy. I can't wait for that to come from outside. I have to do it myself. I motivate myself. It's okay. I will pursue again. I'll try again. We all learned that Alexander's story, right? Great Alexander's story, when he lost the battle and he was really devastated. He went into the forest. He was sitting in a cave and he wanted to end his life. That's when he saw the spider weaving the web. It was trying to come up. It kept falling, but still it did. And in no time, after trying several times, it did weave its web. The same story came back to my head, telling that they will drop me million times, I will rise up million times and still stand up, not for their sake, for my sake. And my standing, I'm going to share it as a success story with all the women out there and say that if somebody tries to put you down, don't allow that. They putting you down shows their attitude, but you rising up shows your strength, your potential, your ability. And come on, girl, all of us have that right from childhood. We are born resilient and we will make it. This inequalities in the society cannot affect us. This inequalities in the society cannot make us go about accepting defeat. We are born winners. We women are born winners. So let this not bog us down. Let this not pull us down. Because what was happening before COVID, we were going ahead, we were able to prove ourselves, we were able to come to the level of men and say, we are way better than you, we will do much better than you. That and all has fallen back. It's okay, we can come back again and we can prove it million times much stronger than before. And I'm saying this as a professional. I'm saying this as professional. In India, we call this as Nari Shakti. And Nari Shakti is really very powerful. It's time for us to pull up and show this Nari Shakti. Especially in the places where we are pulled down, where we are made to feel inferior. Especially in the places where we are said, we are women, we are not fit for this role. Where people make us move around like puppy dogs. That's where we have to show our Nari Shakti. And when we show this, let us show it with love. Let us show it with affection, not with bitterness, not with vengeance. That can demotivate us, that can drain our health out. Let's be happy through it all when we are doing. We have a beautiful motive again, ladies. How many of you realize that? I think in the positive way, that way. I have a beautiful motive. I have to bring out this inequality. I'm equipped to do it. People approach me. Can we do it together? So let's do it together. And not only that, women who are in professional life, before COVID, they were able to go about taking additional tasks. They were able to do so many things. Today they are saying, I'm not able to because I have a family to take care. I have my husband to take care. I have my kids to take care. I have to take care of myself. There is so much of work in the domestic front which wasn't there earlier. It's that somebody I had for help, now I don't have for help. Let's go about creating our own army. Let's organize ourselves. Today we will start. We will start delegating work to everybody at home, and we too will have some me time. We too will have the time where we can relax. We too will have the time where we can go about planning out how we can do things way better. Whatever setbacks that this COVID 19 has got, let's overcome that. Yes, we women felt more pressure compared to men. I'm saying yes, I felt it because I have age old parents. My fear, even to this day, is though we are all vaccinated, my fear is what will happen. That's when I say faith is the antidote to fear. So let's cross the bridge when it comes, and I'm not going to worry about it right now. These are simple things I do to counsel myself. Now, why I talk about myself is I can talk only about myself because I go through battles too. Most of the battles I go through are in my mind. How I conquer that, that's what I'm sharing here. And what was the study that was showing? Women in growing economies suffered a lot. Why? We have EMIs to pay, we have loans to clear, we have responsibilities towards it. Also, we need to make savings because, in case of any major emergency, where will we go for money? Let's be organized here. Let's become sustainable in our day to day living. Let's not buy things unless it is absolutely needed. Even if we are able to save a penny or a dime out of it, let's save it. At the same time, I'm not saying let's become stingy. Where you find the negative energy coming and making you worry, change it to positive energy and make it a faith, a hope, a reason, a motive, a goal. I'm able to do it. I'm encouraging you to do it. When people put you down, no problem. Let them put you down because they are there to do that. They can only do that because they know only that they can only do that. They have done it to you. Now you rise up, you be loving, you be caring, you be affectionate. Still, you got to interact, throw the past behind, and go ahead and collaborate and work with those people. You will come back and say, how can I feel the bitterness, forget the bitterness that I felt? How can I forget the words they have used to hurt me? How can I forget and move on to work with? If you cannot, you're making them win. If you cannot do that, you're giving them the power to feel that they have won over you. It is not easy. It is better for you to be a winner than making somebody else winner by going ahead and acting according to what they need. Do you agree with me? Am I making sense? Simple example I will say. We have a stray dog. The dog has been barking. We are walking with a stick in our hand. Do we still look at the dog and run away? No, right? The moment the dog starts barking, we show the stick. We raise our voice and the dog calms down or it just moves away from you because you have the stick. Correct? You don't run. You face the problem. You respond to that situation. Same way, if somebody is putting you down, they are insulting you at workplace, they are bringing the disparity between you and your peer or your colleague. Don't let that affect. They are doing it so that it affects you and you start reacting. Instead, start responding to it. Find out where they are finding the mistake and try to address that mistake. If they are saying you're wrong here, you're doing that, not this is not all right, that is not okay, help me out, I might be wrong, I'm going through pressure, I'm going through this, help me out, tell me where I'm going wrong, we'll go about correcting it together. When you go back and counter that, no, you will find that they will not have mistakes to show. It's just that they are making statements. Don't allow people to mind wash you or brainwash you. Respond to the situation. Don't react. And I'm saying this with professional experience. Today, UN has gone ahead and made it as a firm decision that by 2030, we will bring this gender inequality in every country. In fact, UN had already given direction to all the organization that you should have 50% women staff and 50% male staff. But this gender inequality that has come up because of the pandemic, these are some of the stories that have come up. When they started, companies started hiring basis on need, or they moved into sustainable hiring, they started preferring men. The other women started questioning, why men? Why not women? Why? Why this disparity? Soon UN is going to come up with lot of schemes and plans. Then no company can go about saying, and all these people who made us run around like puppy dogs, right? They are going to run like stray dogs. The list will be out. These are the people. Every organization will have a list. Women in that organization are going to come up with the list. Your power, your strength, never underestimate, ladies. Sisters, I'm telling you, never underestimate your power. Never let somebody put you down. We are all together in this and we can fight this out together. We have to bring the gender equality because that affects us mentally so badly. Every woman you go and ask, she will have at least one story to say at home, at school, at college, at workplace, or any other area in her life where she's been put down because of this gender inequality. It's time for us to rise up and stand for ourselves. I'm here to motivate one and all here. I'm here to motivate and say we are strong mentally. Somebody's opinion, somebody's decision, somebody's chauvinism can never put us down. Again, I'm reiterating, we are born winners. We are born resilient. So let's use our strength, what we call as Nari Shakti, and let's move on. Moving on. How do we deal with all these things? Yes, Kalyani, you're saying it's motivating, it's pepping up, it's everything is nice, but how do I deal right now? I can't go and look at 10 months down the lane and I can't pep up right now. Seeing that fellow's face itself is one big issue for me. The person is putting me down, he's hurting me over the calls, that person is really irritating me on messages. How do I deal with that person? First thing, take a break. Take deep breath. He's hurting you. You don't have to react for it. You don't have to react for it. Learn to become neutral at times. Every day is a learning, right? Start learning from today. He's telling you million words. Don't respond even for a word. I'm serious. Don't respond even for a word. His behavior is hurting you. You don't respond for it. You don't react for it. Keep mum for some time. Every time, this is something that I have learned. There are conflicts, there are issues. I don't know how to handle them. I would just say, Kalyani, go sleep over the problem. Sleep over the conflict. Sleep over that particular issue. Initially, I felt it very funny when I started adopting it almost 15 years ago. What is a sleep over this? Sleep over this? I'm really not able to understand. Let me resolve this. Then I realized if that is a heated situation, the best way is not to look at that situation, avoid it. Today, don't even talk about it. Change your mind. Stop doing what you're doing related to it. Go out, chill out with your friends. That was before. Now we can chill out over the internet, do something else. Forget about the situation. And then come back tomorrow with a fresh mind and see how you can resolve it. Some problems can wait, so make problems wait. Every problem you make it wait, you'll be able to handle it better. Take break from watching. I've always told, give at least 1 hour screen detox, gadget detox every day. Don't touch your phone for an hour. Don't touch your laptop. No TV, no music system, nothing. Just 1 hour, leave it off and be yourself. I'm not saying go lie down and sleep. Not everybody are equipped for it. But be yourself. Move around in your house, move around in your compound. If you have the privilege of wearing the mask and going in open air, go about doing that. But please maintain all the precautions that you have to maintain. Leave your gadgets and every equipment, electronic or electrical equipment, put it aside and just be yourself. Take good care of yourself because you need to pamper yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to care for yourself. They say when you're totally stressed, pamper yourself with a chocolate cake or a chocolate ice cream. There used to be a time where I used to have this ice cream called as death by dark chocolate every other day. Why I used to carry so much of stress related to work. But definitely it does attack the stress. I'm not saying you go about eating chocolate, you have to watch out your weight too, right? Take deep breaths, stretch your body, meditate. Leave all your gadgets, put them off or put them in silent mode and meditate. Pretend you live in a forest without all that. Eat healthy. I'm not saying eat ghas poos, though I'm one, but eat healthy. A well balanced meal. Go back to basics. You don't have to go for a hi fi, jazzy kind of a meal. Simple dal chawal is also good. Dahi chawal is good. Roti dal, simple. Simple food. Do eat a well balanced meal. Exercise regularly. Today you're doing yoga. Do it yoga after 2 days. You're doing Pilates. Follow a regular regime with Pilates. You're doing aerobics. Do aerobics regularly. Sometimes we don't feel like working out. That is the time you adopt some other form of physical activity. I'm not saying follow only one thing very strictly. You know your body tendency, how you should do. Follow that. You're the best judge for your body. Sleep well. Sleep for good amount of time. If you're a light sleeper like me, you can only sleep for 4 to 5 hours. Make it a quality sleep. But if you're a lucky person, blessed person, you can sleep up to 7 to 8 hours. Exploit it. Enjoy it. Women, especially, science has proved, and it has been said again and again, if you have a power nap in the afternoon, your health will improve to a very great extent. I used to first shout at my mom when I was small, why you sleep in the afternoon? But today, after doctors convincing me with proof, with studies, I do agree. Just a power nap, 15 minutes power nap can make you look young, feel young, feel energetic. That power nap is needed in the afternoon. So if you get a chance, please go about. Even professionals, there are many companies, they provide bunkers so that the women can go and rest in the afternoon after a meal. Half hour. It's included in the work schedule, especially for women. So that is much needed. And if you have any of these habits, smoking, alcohol, chewing tobacco, any of the addictions, like sweet is the biggest addiction that women should avoid. Try to overcome that. I'm not saying don't eat sweet. Eating sweets once in a while is good. Don't have it as an everyday habit. Go in for natural sweets. Go in for dates. Go in for dry fruits. Go in for fruits. Fruit as in whole fruit. Avoid sugar. Avoid whatever you need to avoid. As your dietitian, as your doctors say, become sustainable in your habits. Go back to basics even over there. If any of you are going through some kind of a treatment, go ahead with it. Maybe you're going through fertility related treatment, maybe some cancerous related treatment, or maybe some other health issue for which you're going through a treatment. Go ahead. Pandemic shouldn't stop us from it. Check with your doctor. Like I came across three of my friends in this week. Each one had different health issues, but they refused to go to hospital. I know their fear. If I were to be in their shoes, I too would do the same thing. I just told them in India we have this beautiful tool called as Practo. Let's go about utilizing the tool and having the online consultation. Our doctors will come online and help us. If we can do it, go ahead with it. But please be in touch with your doctors. And this is the most funniest thing I have heard in this last 1 week. I came across a set of people who aren't vaccinated. I went ahead and asked them why you're not vaccinated. They were giving me weird reasons. I cannot work if I will get vaccinated. I need to take 3 days off. I will not get food. I was like, no, this is not the reason. You can arrange for it and then go tell me the actual truth. You know what was the truth? I had to laugh out aloud. You know what? This government has gone ahead and funded for this vaccine. Anything funded by this particular government, I'm not going to use. I'm like, what? We are the people who chose the government. And why are we blaming them? And our health is much more important than who funded for it. And the government is funding, it's not they who are funding. Our taxes are only coming back to us. I literally had to talk for 3 hours at a stretch to make them understand that. Finally, at the end, two at least went and got themselves vaccinated. So don't go with such kind of notions. Don't get biased by silly things. Get yourself vaccinated. If one medicine you feel is not good, there are other medicines available, especially in India. At least in India, I'm telling you, we have the free choice to choose what medicine we have. It's not that our government is dumping, you're this age, you have to take only this, you're this age, have to take only this particular medicine. Many countries it's happening. Many countries, they have no choice. Whatever is available in that particular clinic, they have to take. So be thankful we are in a country where we have the choice even for our vaccination. And go ahead and get yourself vaccinated. Follow the rules, abide with it. Whatever the suggestions are told after the vaccination, follow it. Make time and unwind. That's the most beautiful thing I always love. Even now I want to unwind, but I miss all my friends. I can't go out. In my area, in my place, they say there are a lot of Delta variants. I'm scared to even step out because I have age old parents. I don't know what kind of symptoms that variants have, but everybody is saying something or the other on the internet. There is humongous. I don't even want to stress myself. If my staying at home is going to stop that, I will stay at home. I will not go out. That's the decision I made. I will get a time to unwind and I really want to go for a vacation. That's the best way to unwind ourselves. Go out with your friends. If you can, you have your own circle and you have some farmhouse or something where it is all prevented, everything taken care. Go spend time over there. Spend time in nature. Say no to gadgets. Connect with others. Socialize. I'm not saying go for a club, go for a party. Things are opening up, but watch out what you have to do. Being following all the rules and regulations, connect with others. Connect with your community. Many of us left our community and moved out. Connect with your community, faith-based organizations that will put in that hope, that will put in that reasoning capacity in us. Detox all those toxin thoughts out of your body. Like I always say, faith is the antidote to fear. Adopt some faith. Become positive. It's our life. We have to deal with it. So let's do it positively, no? Let's make the difference, no? I know there are so many people doing so many negative things. Let's not blame them. Let's not react. Let's respond to this problem. Moving on. In spite of all this, if you're still struggling, you're not able to cope, reach out to ear to hear. We are more than happy to help you. We are all ears for you. If you still feel you cannot reach out, you are not in a position to approach us, whatever it is, call your healthcare provider. Local healthcare provider, check with them how you can handle the situation. And they never ever develop the suicidal thoughts. We are all humans, we do get it. I get that too. I'm not saying no. I'm no special. I face all the battles you all face. My battles are also in my mind. What as a woman you go through, even I go through. I'm nobody special. Like how you have two eyes, 2 ears, mouth, all parts of the body, even I am gifted the same way. What problems you face, I too face. But my problems may be a little different from what you're facing. Or you might be facing more bigger problems than me. But definitely problem is a problem. How we face it, how we overcome it, that's what matters. And when you get these suicidal thoughts and things like that, go back to your loved ones. You need to be loved. That's when all these dirty thoughts come. You need to be loved. We are humans, like how that kid craves for love. We are also that kid that will never grow up. We also need that love. We also need that affection. Where you're getting it, go for it. But never compromise in any situation. Never do anything which will make you regret for the rest of your life. At the end of the day, don't forget you are a powerhouse as a woman. You are the strength by yourself. Because you're the strength, you're able to strengthen others. So don't weaken yourself. To conclude, all of us go through various issues in our professional life which actually bog us down, which puts us down, which really that has even been affecting even in our personal life. But now it is for us to stand up for ourselves and say no to all this disparity. It's for us to say, you do what only you can do, I will do what I can do. In fact, I will do beyond what I can do. Do it and show it. You have the power, you have the strength in you, you have the capacity and capability in you. Utilize it. The reason why I'm saying, on a serious but a lighter note, it is written, woman was created from the man's rib, and she is the masterpiece of all creation. Because she is the masterpiece of all creation, God never created anything after woman. He didn't feel, I've created my masterpiece, so I don't require to do anything else. So why don't we understand ourselves as that masterpiece and do things as a masterpiece would do? So that is our strength. Let's go about leveraging it and utilizing it, rather than saying utilizing, exploit it to the core. Moving on. So we at Ear to Hear, we are all ears for you. You have any issue, you're battling with anything, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to help you. You can reach out to us in the email that's mentioned down, and we'll be there to support you. Any questions? Please let me know. I'm here to take. I hope the session was informative. I had no intentions of hurting anybody. Thank you, Ritika. I definitely had no intentions of hurting anybody, but I did put forward my feelings. Thank you, Shivani. Thank you, Madhavi. Thank you, Sonal. Anya, thank you so much. So in case you feel that you have any questions, you want to have a one-on-one session with any of our team members, or you want to talk to anybody that you have gone through because of your professional life, you're struggling so much, please don't battle it alone. We are here with you. Reach out to us. We will help you. We are all ears for you. And together, let's just sort out that problem that you're facing. Thank you once again, one and all. Thank you, Dave. Thank you once again, one and all, for being there. It's because we have such great people who are really supporting us, we are able to battle it out. If we don't have, reach out to us, we'll help you. And let's be there for one another and face these issues of this pandemic together. We don't know how long we're going to be there, but let's be positive and assertive that we can make it. May I request the production team to play the video?
प्रॉब्लम मुझे भी है, लेकिन कोई शेयर करने वाला नहीं है.
You can talk to me. I'm there for you. Come and join us on the below number. We will keep it a secret. The promise that you will have a smile before